Song is for this morning. Good morning to you.
I was guilty. Come on, let's get down some praise. Come on. I heard about how he healed the sick. He is the one. Lord, Lord. Hey, I heard about how he calmed the sea. He is the one. Hey, I heard about how he raised the dead. He is the one. Hey, it was on a Friday night how he delivered me. He is the one. Lord, heal the sick. Lord, raise 5,000 souls. He said, you did it before. You can do it. He is. Hey, put your tongue. I heard about how he healed the sick. He is the one. Oh, I heard about how he raised the dead. He is the wonder. Hey. Oh, I heard about how he calmed the sea. He is the wonder. Hey. Oh, I heard about how he fed 5,000. He is the wonder. Yeah, come on. Heal the sick. Lord, raise 5,000 souls. He said he did it before. He can do it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, come on. Heal the sick. Thank you, Lord, for doing it. Lord, raise 5,000 souls. He did it before. He can do it. He is. Hey. Oh, I tried him and I know him. Seen him do it. Come on, clap your hands. Come on, come on. I tried him and I know him. Seen him do it. Hey, let's see it. Come on. I tried him and I know him. Oh, I tried him. One day I did. Seen him do it. Put your hands together. Look at your neighbor. Say, I tried him and I know him. Seen him do it. Hey, over and over again. I tried him and I know him. Seen him do it. Hey, I've seen him do it. Oh, come on, clap your hands. Come on. I've seen him do it. My God. I've seen him do it. Hey, glory to God. I've seen him do it. Hey, he's a wonder. He's a wonder in my soul. Yeah. Oh, he's a wonder. And he works a wonder. Yes, he is. Yeah. Oh, I tried him and I know him. Seen him do it. Hey, do it, do it, do it. I tried him and I know him. Seen him do it. Hey, hey, he's a wonder. He's a wonder. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Saved my life.
All right, good morning, family. Come on in. It's drive time. Bertie Z. Keiko.
Hey, yes, he did.
Wow. All right, let's go. Let's call the roll this morning. Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to 980 WDDO. Here we go, drive time family. Tamika, Chantrell.
That's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
Man,
Wait. That's it.
drive time. All right, here we go. Come on in. All right, good morning to you. Thank you for tuning in to 980 WDDO. This is your God brother, your God son, your God nephew, Vertiz Zero Zero. You're tuned into the number one gospel station right here in Macon and Middle Georgia. And it's called Drive Time, where the entire world community are now everywhere. Join in and we do one thing. We live, well, three things, really. We live, we love, and we laugh. Happy birthday, special happy birthday to our Drive Time member, LaShonda Harper, on this morning. So let's give her a shout out. We get it all right. Let's do this, let's do this. All right, how about that? All right, let's call the roll this morning. You give me your hello to your very own way. Good morning, Bishop Don Harris Scott. Good morning to you. Chantrell Combs. Good morning to you. Jamarcus Q. Hogan. Good morning to you. Katia Warren Tucker. Good morning to you. Vinette Sauce. Hey, Vinette. Good morning to you. Good morning, Cam. Good morning, Cam. Anita Williams Stewart. Good morning to you. Linda James. Good morning to you. The one and only Amzie Rouse Robinson. Good morning, Amzie. LaShrell Taylor. Good morning, cuz. What about Shirley? Shirley sending out some love. Good morning. Tamika Mimi Walker, walking in favor. Allie Wash. Good morning to you. Mark Lloyd. Good morning to you. Crystal McCorkle Little. Good morning to you. The Master. Sean Quainter, the Maestro. Good morning to you. Daphne Thomas Williams. Good morning to you. Latoya Rozier. Good morning to you. Madam President Ron Burr. Good morning to you, Lewis Goodman. Hey, man. Good morning to you, Cynthia Searcy. Good morning to you. Good cold Wednesday morning, my Drive Time family, Apostle and Bishop Scott. Good morning. We're getting a close-up. That's table talk, cuz. That's table talk. All right, good morning, Tammy Faye Williams. Good morning to you. Great word this morning. I was just saying, Madam President, yes, it was. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to. I just said it, didn't I? I was saying happy birthday to. Okay, yeah, somebody. We said, I don't know who. Oh, yeah. Oh, Shonda Harper. Good morning to you. Happy birthday to you. Good morning to you, cuz. Good morning to you, Shirley. That's the G, Mama. Good morning to you. Happy New Year and blessings to Apostle Bishop in the Drive Time audience near and far. Godmother Ernestine, Arline, looking beautiful. Travy Mitchell. What's up, Trey? Gavin Russian. Good morning to you. Link Ya. Good morning to you. That's Table Talk. Good morning to you. First Lady of Hype. Good morning to you. Guess who's back, y'all? Look, Deadrius Dion Anderson decided to come on this morning. Good morning, Swaya. Swaya. Takia Smith. Good morning, C.C. Hampton. Cookie Jones. Good morning to you. Good morning, Navy True Leo Franklin Hogan. Oh, God. Call the roll, Rosia. Call the roll. Man, we're in the house. Listen, if Cole ain't never been here, Cole showed up today. Patricia Booz, good morning to you. All right, let's get started. Hot topic this morning. If you don't face your fear keep charging after you. Doctor, the one and only. Dr. LaShonda, why you put them lips up there? What that's all about? I don't know. Good morning, Dr. LaShonda Rouse Brown. Good morning to you, Grand Rising Father and Drive Time family. Patricia Taylor. Good morning to you. Shade is so real. Yes, it is. The one and only Leslie Laria Rosia. Stop it. Swear, you know I know, but you know I have to show out. I wouldn't have it no other way but show out. Show it. At the eggs, I know. It was 3. And they bored. All right, good morning to you. Boy, I tell you, y'all hit share this morning. Come on in. It's always great to have the family on. Did anybody by any chance hear about the meeting last night, the commissioners meeting? Did anybody hear about that meeting? on the voting is cold. Good morning, Wilson Rashad Pierre, dancing like John. Sharon Tarleton, give me a call. We haven't talked to you in a long time. Mother Sharon is over on I think she's on this side. Kimberly, yes it is. That ain't no. All right. Grimes, all right. Good morning to you. Listen, if you don't face your fears are going to keep charging after you. Let me ask a question. Why do we become fearful? So, I mean, some of you not. I mean, I'm going to be honest. You know, some of y'all, you just can't talk to you. And I like that. But why do we become fearful sometime of Bible says only fear what man can do to you. Why do we fear in this community or in our community? Why do we fear certain things or certain people? Because if we're not careful, do it afraid. Do it afraid. Good morning, Pastor Darnell Evans. But third term vote, 6-3. Cookie Jones, I need to talk about that. Now, although they voted yes, you can go a third term, he still has to win. Is that right? I do want to have clarity on that. That's why I love your show, Dan. I know that's why I swear you better say it. You better love this show because we have to face what's true. And if we don't face our fear is going to keep charging. Do you not know? Bishop, you probably remember the slave mentality. I like that. That one day, Bishop's father, he had a stroke, and the neighbor had two, I think they were Rottweilers. I don't know what they were. All I know, they were big. They were big dogs. And those dogs came out. And, of course, people will probably run. But he didn't. He went out, and he was like, grabbed. The dogs started chasing, but when they saw that he would not move, they stopped chasing. And so I think our fears are like that. I think our fears charge after us. I think our boxers, they were boxers. That's right, big dog. Our fears charge after us. And when our fears see that we're going to run and that it's going to intimidate us, they keep charging. And that's the way it is even in our political world, in our world today, in our lives. If we keep running when situations or people or dictators or whatever keep charging after us and they see that we're fearful, they're going to keep doing the same thing to us over and over, year after year, week after week. I'm telling you. And if we don't stop and stand up as a team, as a community, as a family, these things are going to keep hitting us. They're going to keep knocking at our doors. And guess why? Because they know that we talk big when we're together, but then when we face the real oppositions of what needs to be faced, we don't face them. We talk the way the one that want us, the dictator, or the one that want us to fear them. We're going to change in our talk. And I want to know why. 478-250-1444. It's real talk. It's real talk. I did more than stand there. Yeah, that's what I say. He grabbed those dogs up and took them back to the master. It's 478-250-1444. I want to talk this morning because as a community, we're going to have to face things and people and situations that think we are fearful of them because of their title, whether it's their title, whether it's their color, whether it's who they are. And it has become ridiculous to me, and I believe that. Give me your opinions. Give me a call, 478-250-1444. And if I'm telling the truth, you type it in. Come on now on this morning, all right? God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of what? Power. Well, if God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind, why are we fearful? Why do we change our tune when we get around certain people? Why do we go different ways? Let's talk about it. 478-2, it's real talk. 478-250-1444. 478-250-1444. That's why it's important that whatever you say one time, say it again. Is that right, cuz? Go. Am I talking right up in this camp? We this building ain't no camp. That's the Keisha there. But 478-250-1444. Anybody familiar with what I'm talking about? Let's talk about it on Drive Time. It's the Drive Time family. Amber Rice Robinson said, come on now. Burnett Salisbury says, come on now. First Lady of Hype says, sir, you're hitting us way too hard. It's just the 8th day. You told me to come back. I'm back now. Come on now, you're talking right. Thank you, Wilson Rashad here. Sharon Thompson say, yes, you are telling the truth. Lack of empowerment. Call me Shelvis. Let's talk about that. Is it the lack of empowerment? I want to know what you mean. I want to know what you mean. Jamarcus Q. Hogan said, preach, man. Preach, preacher. Preacher, man, are you listening to me this morning? All right, let me know. 478-250-1444. We are, man, I want to say this. I wish I had Kimberlyn on here this morning. If you had never dealt with Kimberlyn Carter, she's a real deal. And I'm going to say that. That woman is a real deal. All right. Lack of knowledge, lack of empowerment. But I think that's so true. Call me Shepherd. I think it is that this community, Macon, Georgia, Middle Georgia, you all are the most powerful community. Powerful. That's why we got to have street talk. I like to request a song this morning as we leave this place. All right, I get that on for you, Sean. We feel each other. We have to start in our community first. That has to be. That's true. Come on, Chief. You're preaching this morning on Drive Time. Nah, I don't want to preach. I just want us to face some truth. Because if you think by any chance that you have to hold a position, a political position in the city to have power, no. These people are only empowered because you place them there. They're only empowered because you put them there. All right, and so it has to be that whoever you elect or decide to put in office, that they know your heart, that they know, that they know what your desire is. What good is it to put people in office and it's against what the community wants? It makes no sense to me. Help me make sense out of it. 478-250-1444. It's called Drive Time, where the entire but today is real talk. If you don't stop and face your fears are going to keep charging after you. All of that, I had to face my fear of snakes because my husband and son are not around at all the time to protect me, so I had to face that snake head on. I learned to stand boldly before men. All right now. You saw it. You had a snake? All right. That's a faith. Yeah, I faced mine too. Yes, praise the Lord. I don't want to stand before him, though. All right, 478-250-1444. Man, you know, the phones ought to be flooding in right now. I should be getting calls from everywhere because it is the truth. We cannot sit back and have table talk and not have community talk. After we finish the table talk, we're going to have to go to the community and say, hey, y'all, we got to get together. Or, listen, we can't get in meetings and change our mind on what we talk about in our churches or what we talked about in our congregation. We are the most powerful community. Maria, good morning to you. We are the most powerful group of people in America. I'm going to say it. It's out there now. 478-250-1444. Anybody, if you know, I wish I could Gwen Westbrook on here this morning. That's what I would like to talk to. Have anybody ever dealt with Westbrook? Gwen Westbrook is the real deal. She really is. I got to find her number somewhere in here. I know I got it. Good morning, caller. You on the air?
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm wonderful, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Who is this?
This Keisha.
No. Go ahead and say what you was gonna say. Good. Who is this?
Is this the Keisha?
How you spell it? Come on. How you spell it?
D-A-K-S-H-I.
D-U-H.
What?
Spell it again. The
Keisha. Hello.
Hey, Keisha, what's up this morning?
What's up with you?
I'm the real deal, Keisha. Are you the real deal?
Yeah, I'm the real deal too.
How you the real deal? You ain't
'Cause
dealt.
I just am.
Huh? Keisha, when do you
I'm
get
the real
paid?
deal too.
When do you get paid?
That ain't none of your business.
Ain't none of my business. Why you don't call me on your payday? I don't think that
ain't
was
none of
that
your
funny.
business, like I said.
Well, why it ain't none of my business, duh, Keisha?
Because it's not none of your business.
Well, you act like it is.
No, I do not. Don't go there.
Oh no, we going there today. This is
No,
Humpback.
we're not
This is
going
Humpback
there
Wednesday.
today.
Or Hump Wednesday. Somebody
I was
hump.
just calling you to say good morning.
Do you love me, Keisha?
Yeah, I love you. I love everybody.
Don't say it if you don't
You
mean it.
supposed to love. You supposed to love.
Mama, is Papa going to sell us tomorrow? Yes, yeah. No, too much. Maybe that was too much. But Keisha, I still want my cereal and milk. What kind of milk are you dealing with now? Lactose?
You want your cereal and milk.
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Or when you
just
gonna
have to wait.
when you
just
gonna bring
have
it?
to wait.
I have to wait.
Can't bring it today.
I have to wait on payday. Hey, look here, McCastle.
No, you don't have to wait on payday.
So why can't I get it now?
You just can't get it now.
You told me whenever I wanted some milk, cook it.
Okay, well you can't get it today. Okay.
Oh, it's like that now.
No, it's not.
I'm glad
like
I don't
that.
act
You
all
just can't
crazy,
get it.
huh?
What?
I said I'm glad I don't act all crazy about it.
Well, I ain't acting crazy either.
Oh, did you go to church Sunday?
Yes, I did.
Did you see Jesus?
Yes, I did.
Did Jesus see you?
Yes, he did.
What he said?
He see me every day.
What did he say when he saw you?
He see me every day.
I asked you, what did he say when he saw you? You don't know, do you?
Keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, that's what he said. How you got that word? Through email?
No, keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, that was the pastor's
Keep
message.
pushing. No, keep pushing.
Oh, he told you to keep pushing. What he told you to keep pushing? What are you pushing? Push-ups?
What?
What did he told you to keep pushing?
Keep pushing.
Oh. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh,
Keep going forward. Stay focused.
I bet he gave you a lot. He said a lot to you.
Yep, he gave me a lot. Stay focused, stay positive, stay on the straight and narrow. That's right. He gave me a lot. I spoke in a lot.
Yeah, that's how. Now, as you stay on the straight and narrow, as you said, how do you stay on
straight and narrow?
I ain't what you said. But okay. Well, cereal and milk, you would not get. She said cereal. Who said that? Have I not? Such as I have, I give in the name of Jesus. Oh, that's what the boys said. They said, silver and gold have I not. So cereal and milk have you not. But such as you
I
have.
no idea what you're talking about.
No, you don't. You have to be in the book. You have to be in the holy book to know that. But Keisha, I love you. Where's the doctor?
I have no idea. I'm on the way to work.
Didn't you just leave the house?
Yes, I did just leave the house. That's why I left.
Was he there when you left?
Yes.
So you know where he is, liar.
I ain't lying. I said I don't know where he at this moment. I left him at home.
You didn't say that. I said, where is the doctor? You says, I don't know.
He ain't with me. He's not with me.
Oh. Is he in your pocket?
The what?
Is he in your pocket?
Is he well?
Let me ask you something. If you could have another baby, would you?
No.
Why?
Because I just, nope. Too much. It's, like I said, Prince is on the way out the door. Nope.
Where is he going?
When he finish school, high school, he'll be grown. I'm not, I done took care of enough babies for a while, a long time.
You got
I
one
bet they
child. You talking
care.
about could tell their babies. That ain't
I
but
know I
one.
got one child, but I help my sister take care of children.
So you tired of him. So when he graduate, he has to go.
Yeah, go on to his next journey. Whether it's college, whether he get him a good job and on the way out the door.
Okay, what do you want him to do? You want him to go to college?
Yes.
Oh. What college to take him?
Why are you asking all these questions?
Because I don't think you're going to let him go far
from.
from home.
What?
I don't think you're going to let him go too far from you. I mean, you breastfed him till he was 13.
What?
You breastfed him till he was grown.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
Just saying.
You
Let
gonna
that
be
boom you
ready.
leave. All right, Lakeisha, I love you.
All right. We love you too.
All right, tell me what time it is.
Bye.
You supposed to say drive time. Don't be acting different.
Drive time. Bye-bye.
All right. 478, that's why you can't be smart at the mouth of that. Y'all catch everything. You need to be sit out. All right. Shabas, give me that call back. 47825. Dr. LaShawty of My God Today. That's what I'm going to say. 478-250. 478-250-1444. Pastor Quentin Taylor, I love you, man. How are you? Oh, I was trying to call Gwen Westbrook. Good morning, caller. You on there?
Good morning. How you doing? This is Chevis.
Shelvis, how are you?
Hey, all is well. Can't complain.
Man, what do you think about this question I'm asking this morning? What's your answers?
Well, it started when they dismantled the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council. Truth be told, when you had the children speaking out, kind of speaking on some issues, I think the adults had more ears listening. More specifically, because they are the next generation. You have to listen to what the next generation is actually saying in order to know how to move forward. You can't just leave it at the adult decision of things. You have to also listen to the children as well. And when I say the children, I more specifically mean especially like teenagers. When you involve them, especially in the community, you get more answers.
Okay.
I think for the lack of voice within that particular community, that's why a lot of decisions have been made, and the sad part about it is I hate to say that they don't care. I think some do care. It's just that, the adult community, their parents, for example, have not really involved them in much community activity to really, have them to understand the needs of the community, which is why you subject yourself to things happening like they are happening, why certain leaders are getting picked like they're getting picked, because our kids are just not involved in that process.
So my question then why do we run? Why do we have community meetings or meetings, and then when we get before certain things, we change? What has happened to the coalition of our community sticking together, binding together, and becoming one? We are strong.
Me being in this community, being raised in this community, I've come to see that you had certain powers to be that was, within our culture that was, very heavily involved. So we could actually go to them and say, hey, this is what we need. And once again, they would listen. They would take it in, into strong consideration.
Yeah,
but
the difference now, Chef, is it's easy to buy people out. I mean, people. You can buy folk out now in a minute. Hey, I'm gonna give your committee. I'm gonna give you this amount, and if you just go on my side, and that's not the way it's supposed to be. It should be what's best for the community.
That's correct. But here again, it goes back to what I stated earlier. I mean, when you had things like the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council, which was really a very influential voice in the community during my time, I think that's part of the solution. Honestly, if you involve that mature group of individuals to, be the influential voice, I think that you can definitely accomplish some things. But also keep in mind, it also involves the right ears listening as well. That's the other part about it.
I agree with that, but it also involved that people have become fearful for no reason at all. Fearful of people, fearful of, oh, if I do this or if I say this, they're not going to support me. They're not going to help me. No, God is our Redeemer. God is our provider. God is the one that provides us. And when we go to putting our lives in the hand of man, then we're in trouble. We're really in trouble.
Very much so. I agree. I humbly agree.
You know, and so my thing is, if we're gonna stick together, it's just too much two-face for me. It's for me. You know,
Well,
if we sit in this room and say something, then why are you saying something different somewhere else?
I agree. I humbly agree. And see, the difference is, you know, those ears that we used to could go and vent to, if you will, they were the empowerment tool, if you will. And so somewhere along the lines, the empowerment stopped. And because of that, I think that's why people kind of backed off, and that's why people stopped voicing their opinions.
But you know, man, that was a day that the church people had the power. And that's just the truth.
Very true. Yeah, I agree. I humbly agree.
You know, that if the pastors got up and said it and agreed, all the pastors came together. And I think that's where we ought to be. And I think they're still great. There are, first of all, let me say this. There are great leaders here. Great pastors here. We, hold on. Don't hang up.
Oh, you're right.
Miss Westbrook.
Yes.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
I have you
My good
on.
friend.
That's Shelvis Perry. I have you on the radio. Can you call the station? I want to talk about why have our community become fearful, and why the binding of we say one thing and then it's like we're fearful of people, or I just want to talk about that this morning. Can you call the station?
Yes. What's the number?
478-250-1444.
Okay.
Give me a call. All right, Shelvis, call me back. All right. Did I just hang up on Shelvis? Shelvis, call me back. You know what I'm saying. But this is, hey, Tiffany Mosley, what's happening? We only as strong as the mental collective says we are. Talking is far easier than the actual. That's it right there. I told you I love it. We talk real big around the fire barrel, but get church mouths quiet when it's time to talk. Whoo! To massa. That's what I'm talking about. Good morning, Quinn Westbrook.
Hey,
Hey.
Deacon,
Hey,
I'm sorry, Chief. I was on hold calling in. I'm not Miss Westbrook,
Okay.
but I did want to talk about your subject, and I also did attend the meeting last night. So, but if you're expecting a phone call, I can call back.
Let's go. She's coming right in. But when this is what Antonio said. He says we're only as strong as the mental collective says we are. Talking is far easier than actually taking action. We talk real big around the fire barrel, but get church mouths quiet when it's time to talk to the massa.
Right, and I wanted to follow that up, Apostle, with Matthew 5:25, because in Macon, Georgia, I feel this verse humbly describes what the citizens and how we're living, and what Ms. Westbrook and Mr. Muhammad and Shakita Maxwell spoke last night at that meeting, that this community feels more so we're living under a dictatorship-style governance. And the verse clearly says, it says, brethren, reconcile quickly with your adversary while you are still on the way to court. Otherwise, he may hand you over to the judge, and the judge may hand you over to the officer, and you may be thrown into prison. There's a lot of people speaking out in this community, and when they come for them, we leave them hanging. We're not coming to the meetings standing in solidarity like Chevy spoke that we used to back in the day growing up. And it's time that we get back into that oneness.
Okay, why are we acting like
one voice?
why are we acting like we don't know what's really going on? It's been sold out.
And again, because nobody have money for lawyers, they're afraid of being thrown into jail. But back in the day, Chief, if you remember, Dr. King, Ralph Abernathy, and all the others, they didn't care. They went, they protested, and if you locked them up, they knew that the church, They knew that the civil rights movement, the people, was coming to get them out.
Right.
See. So if you want Desmond Brown to blow the whistle, are y'all coming for me?
We're gonna come for you, Desmond. You know I come for you.
I know you will, Chief, but and I love you for that. But I'm just trying to give some context to this fear, and at least what I see in Macon, Georgia, and that was expressed last night at that meeting. It was chaotic after that meeting last night.
Chaotic at a public meeting. This is just as bad as the water meeting with the man yelling at commissioner. Where's the respect? Where's the respect?
Oh my God! So, I can speak about this meeting because I saw it. And shout out to Board Commissioner Elaine Lucas, who was there, or we probably would have been talking about Ms. Westbrook thrown in jail. All because of her wanting to speak with her representative on why she voted yes for the third-year term.
Are you serious, man?
Yes. And it was just ridiculous. Carlton Kitchens, Shakita Maxwell, myself, we was all there, and we witnessed the whole thing. You can't, when you got elected officials turning on the people that they represent, saying, get her out of this building.
How can you get someone out of the building and they hadn't done anything wrong? Don't you have to do something wrong?
Shout out to Elaine Lucas for saying if Ms. Westbrook hadn't done anything wrong, she told that deputy, you cannot remove her from City Hall. Folks, y'all, we can't make this up. We got to get the word out that we got to start coming to real plan of actions. The caller talks about a lot of talking, but coming together and talking, and there's no plan of action. Chief. We're just talking.
Wow.
Two different things.
Right. And that's Karen Spain said the building belongs to the people. Desmond, give me a call back. Let's see what Westbrook has to say. Call me right back.
All right.
Good morning. All right. Good morning, Miss Westbrook.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good this morning. How about you?
I'm doing good. We have a hot topic this morning, and we said if we don't stop and face our fears, fears are going to keep charging after us if we don't make some type of change. And then we hear about the meeting last night. Why do we vote people into office and then they do opposite of the people that voted me into office? What is your talk this morning?
Well, sometimes when people are voted in, in some cases, some people are voted in by the people, and some people are not voted in. For example, my commissioner, she was voted in later, but she was appointed. And sometimes people feel like, they're in debt to certain people.
Wow.
And that was our concern, putting, people being in positions in place that's gonna vote. They're not for the people there. They're just actually there because they're in debt and they owe certain people, so they're not committed to the community. They're not committed to the people that voted for them. So
they're more loyal to the massa than they are to the people.
Right. Yeah, and the meeting last night was it was more people expressed their concerns and some of the things that I addressed last night was with the third term and like I expressed, not necessarily disagreeing with that you're serving a third term, but the charter was put in place for a reason, and if we're gonna start changing the charter for one person, then we need to look at the entire charter, because there's a dictatorship in this charter, and that needs to be changed, where the mayor makes all the basically makes all the decisions, and the agenda. He's the only one that makes the agenda. So there's a lot of dictatorship in this charter, and there's some other things that need to be changed. So we're gonna start. If we're going to start changing the charter for one person, we need to look at the entire charter. And one of the commissioners agree with me that we need to look at the charter because it was put there for a reason.
So even if they're voting 63 that this is to happen, it still has to be voted in by the people.
By the legislature.
Right,
Well, it has to,
right.
Legislature have to vote for it. So what we have to do at this point, we voted the legislature in, and the community needs to. We need to put something out there where they need to be able to contact their the legislature and express their concerns about this charter.
My God, as last night erupted, do you think that the people we elect or appointed and they serve our community, that they should be liberal enough to speak with us if we have concerns or questions without calling security?
They should. That happened to me last night. The sheriff was called on me last night, and
the president of the NAACP.
Yes, sir. The sheriff was called on me last night by the commissioner and the commissioner in my district, and it was, and I just thank God that there was a witness there when it happened. But basically, because she said that I denied knowing her back in 2013, and I told her that I never met her before now, and she insisted that I knew her, and when I kept insisting that I didn't know her, and she said that we worked closely together, and I said, I think that you have me mistaken for someone else, that we've never worked together. She got upset, and she said, we're not going to talk about it anymore. I want you to leave. And I said, but why would I leave? I haven't done anything to leave.
But it's the people's building. It's your building.
Yeah, you're going to leave now. And she went and got the sheriff to have me removed. And the meeting was over with. But because I denied knowing her, she called security on me. She called the sheriff on me to have me removed from the building. And I really, something's gonna have to be done. These, they're out of control, and I don't know exactly what's going on, but I'm not gonna allow someone to do that to me. And there was a witness there, and he basically, told the sheriff, he said, sir, she was wrong. She said she started this whole thing. And he told her that she was wrong. Just because I didn't acknowledge that I knew her from 2013.
This is crazy. This is right. One of the personal lines that this is insane. Also, Donna Scott says that's an abuse of authority.
It is. That's exactly what it was. It was abuse of authority, and I'm not the type of person that's not gonna. I'm gonna have to do something about it because this is the second time that this commissioner has done that to me in public.
Well, we need to stand with you. Will you be talking about this on your show Monday?
I will.
Okay, Monday, I need the entire Drive Time family and community to tune in Monday on the NAACP show. This is Gwen Westbrook, Willie Dumas. They're on every week, but we need to hear what this lady has to say. She pushes for us. She pushes for the community. And every Drive Time member that's on today, how can they join the NAACP?
They can actually go online to the NAACP website, and they just need to put they can join with the membership, or they just need to associate a branch number 525 when they join online, or they can contact our office, and we can mail them an application. Our number is 478-745-9944.
Now, we want to flood the phones this morning with the NAACP. Now, to have our president, who works hard for the community, who goes places, who check not just here, but I know this lady to go in cities that she don't even live in when she's called. 478-745-9944. Now, we're talking about joining together. This is that time, and we need to flood and help what is happening here. This is Antonio Odom says, let's be real. Most politicians say what they need to say to get elected and then push their real agenda once in office. They do this because there is no fear of accountability. Our civic duties reach far beyond just checking boxes on election day. Man, that's power. What do you think about that, Ms. Westbrook?
He's right. He's right. We people. I sat there last night and heard different people speak about the agenda item last night about the third term, and one person spoke, and he said that we need to look at every commissioner that was sitting there because we elected them, and not one town hall meeting was called. For the constituents, the people that voted them in, not one town hall meeting was called to discuss this issue. And one commissioner said, we don't have to. We don't have to do that. But we're the people that voted you all in office. And people get in office, they say one thing when they're running, and then they do something totally different. And that's the agenda from the very beginning.
Wow.
We got some people that we think that are going to, because last night when they voted, we could tell who's going to do what, who's going to be real and who's not.
The truth of the matter, they had already made up their minds before they got there. I mean, but
this is the thing. They have a pre-commissioner meeting.
They have made up their minds in that.
They had a pre-commissioner meeting. Yes, they have a pre-commissioner meeting, and basically that's another thing. When the public meeting happens, everything has been discussed in the pre-meeting, and really, the public meeting only lasts about 15, 20 minutes.
So why is there such a fear all of a sudden of people that used to really stand up? Antonio Jackson II said, making these Ben Crump.
Well, what I think is happening is, a lot of times what I'm seeing is people are getting monies, and when they get money, they feel like they're in debt. They owe people, and they're not going to say anything. And so, if you're gonna give me grant money, then if I apply for a grant and I'm approved for it, then it should be no strings attached. But it is, and so. And that's the kind of government that we have. We should not be in fear and not being able to speak up because we've received monies from the government. And that's what I see. A lot of people that have received monies, they're not speaking up. They're not saying anything. And
but the Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil. You said the love of it, and when you love it, it becomes evil. And I mean, we are all that you do, all that the commissioners and the pastors here, Pastor Stanley, Pastor Glover. I mean, great pastors in this city. But what has happened with just hearing the voice of those of old? I mean, it's just fading away, and it needs to really come back.
It does, and long years ago, the churches used to be the forefront of the NAACP, and we do have some support, but it's not to the level that it used to be. When the NAACP said we're going to do something, have a press conference, churches, pastors are standing with us in record numbers. I don't know what's happened with that. A lot of times, a lot of churches are scared to get involved because sometimes, depending on their status, they don't want to get involved. But this is a time now that we need to do that. If it's any time now, we need to we need to stand together. This I've never seen it like this before.
Yeah, but turning
And
our head is just as big as sin. I mean, turning our heads from what we see is just as big as committing sin. That's the way I feel. Why
people
are
are
we
being
turning our
bullied.
head?
People are being bullied. People are being intimidated, and
So it's fear.
yeah, they are. They are.
Why do we have to live in Middle Georgia or in this time in fear? And if me taking something or receiving something from you is gonna cause me to be like this, keep it. Keep it.
Well, that's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. We're dealing with homelessness right now, and the NAACP receives so many phone calls, and we help so many people. You know, I was just on the phone yesterday with someone that needed to be have children that is facing eviction, but you know, we need money to be able to help people, but I don't want to have to apply for a grant and then I gotta, you know, I can't say what I want to say and I gotta be silenced because I've received money. So I just don't apply because I'm not going to be silenced and I'm going to say what I want to say.
And that's why we group here. Even here, every Friday we feed 350 people. Every Friday. Thank my mom, G Mama, Miss Elaine. All these people come together and they make these lunches. We receive no grant. We receive no help. We receive, and the truth of the matter, we thank God that we're able to do it. But I also feel that if we're going to do this, then we need to find one sector, one area, and let all of us just bind together and make this large and big. Because if we keep building little fires over here, you build a little fire over there, one of the fire gonna go out. But if we make a big barn fire, somebody gonna see it. Somebody gonna see it, and they're gonna recognize. And let me say this, Dr. Westbrook. People are fearful when they see unity. Now, the Bible says that when they were building the tower to heaven, that the Lord came himself to see what was going on. Now, notice something. He didn't take away their strength, but he took away their ability to communicate. See, if the enemy, if we fail to communicate, we're going to stop building. But if we all come together and say, hey, Rosier them are over here, or Westbrook them is over here, and we both doing little fires. But if they say, you know, Westbrook and Rosier and Walter Glover, and somebody gonna get fear and say, what?
Right.
They doing what?
And I totally agree. I totally agree. We and that I've been saying that for years. We have to come together, and we have to work together because that's just the right way. And people notice when people come together. People are fearful when people start joining together.
Well, what was the purpose of Martin Luther King and John Lewis and all of these great leaders being beaten and struck down and spending time in jail? They were not afraid to show themselves in public. They were not afraid, and we shouldn't be in that stage right now. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for all those in this community that would speak up. But this station, Bishop Scott and I bought this station to be a voice for the community.
Right. Well, I tell you, last night was you know, I didn't back down. I stood up for myself. But I felt that this commissioner, Brenda Bailey, and I'm going to call her name.
And you should.
She basically tried to intimidate me. She tried to publicly embarrass me, and she tried to have me arrested last night. That's what I felt. And I felt it was an abuse of power simply because I wouldn't acknowledge that I knew her.
And
she said, we're not gonna conversate anymore. I just want you to leave. And so I felt that we cannot allow people to be citizens to be intimidated and bullied in this community by our government. And I'm not gonna be intimidated, and I'm not gonna allow her to bully me the way she did last night. And also the sheriff, that I'm going to be filing a complaint against him also. because he did not ask me anything after she, actually Miss Lucas, stood up and said something too, because she could hear her telling her to make me leave. She said nobody's not going to leave, and they haven't done anything. But and Chiquita Maxwell was there, and she spoke out also. But it's the way he handled. He didn't ask me anything.
Good God Almighty. Good God.
And Carlton Kitchens had to say, sir, she did nothing wrong. Ms. Bailey is the one that she started this whole thing.
But it's like carpet. It's like dirt. All we're gonna do, if we don't pull together with you, if we don't speak about this every day on this station, if we don't say something, it's gonna be like dirt. It's gonna be swept under the carpet and walked over and kept going. And guess what? All that does is that the community co-sign that it's okay to do this. And if they do it to the president of the NAACP, we just co-sign that it's okay to do it to somebody else. The question is, who's next?
Right. Who's next?
That's the question.
Yes, and like I said, this is not the first time. Previously, I was at another event, and she came up to me and she said, "I know you didn't vote for me, but you're going to need to try to get along with me." And I say, "I don't have to get along with anybody." And I walked off, and I told her, "This is not the right place and time." So this is not the first time, and I'm not going to allow her to keep abusing her authority. I'm not going to let her bully me, because I'm not the one to be bullied.
Darcina Taylor says after the meeting was over, then what this is, it was personal.
Right. It was. I think it was.
That's crazy. Yeah, we need Ben Crump, the civil rights attorney. I'm telling you, I'm Gwen Westbrook, Bishop Scott, and I. We are here for you. You know
yes,
that.
Sir.
And
thank you all so much.
Yeah, we are. We're here for the entire community, whether it's black or white. We're for
right.
what is right. It is. It's about what is right.
And we are also right.
Yeah,
and that's what it should be.
It should be. I was talking to and people didn't know that there are white people that are members of NAACP, and
they are.
It's about doing what is right, and we want to help push what is right, because if we look at what's going on, if we're not careful, the entire country is going to be communism. It's going to be dictatorship. And look like what the others are doing is following who's in charge. You have to be careful that you don't mimic that we talk about, and we got a Mimi here. We got a mini one here, or mini one in our community. So we have to be
and that's what I said last night. The charter, the way the charter is written is a dictatorship.
Wow. Well, we're gonna speak out here. We're gonna be on with you Monday. I'm going to be pushing my entire Drive Time family, High Praise family, to come and be a part of this on this week. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
all
so much.
Thank you.
That is Gwen Westbrook right here, 980 WDDO. Good morning to you. It is Drive Time, where the entire community get together. We live, we love, and we laugh. I just received this. I'm going to read it. It says, "What's now taking place? We're not talking about taking anything for granted 2024. As Trump and his mega forces at their targets on Georgia, the road to the White House run through Georgia, we know this to be true. However, the May 21st primary has shown a bright light on just how far Georgia GOP is willing to go to infiltrate this election cycle. From recruiting Republicans to run as Democrats, to run in key races, to running as anti-candidate endorsement preference, as the Georgia GOP has been busy. We can't be silent. We must acknowledge that elephant in the room. We are clear on the mega plans for Georgia because we are already feeling it. Rolling Stone magazine released an article entitled "Georgia is Our Laboratory." Inside Georgia Plan to Rig 2024, Team Trump sees Georgia as a roadmap for putting Trump heads and win, tails, you lose philosophy of election into practice, which confirms the mega obsession for Georgia to the entire across the state, from Cobb to DeKalb to Macon, Bibb, local county Republican parties have released their endorsement which Democrat to support. In other words, which Democrat will support their agenda in office. This behavior will only grow as a majority of elected offices in Georgia are nonpartisan. How do we fight back? We fight by supporting and joining organizations like Peach Power PAC, Georgia Fight Back PAC. Consider joining as a member and the NAACP. Good morning, caller. You on there?
What's up, Verse?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. This is pretty interesting this morning.
It is.
What do you think? What do you think? Thank you for calling, too.
Thank you for answering. I think we talking about the fear factor. Most of the time, the fear factor is driven by the fact that we aren't knowledgeable on these topics.
The fear
factor. We don't do our due diligence to be in the know.
Wow. So what is our solution, Pastor?
Well, read, study.
Read, study. That's it.
Pay attention to what's happening. And most times we'll jump on the hype train.
That's right.
And we follow people that we don't know anything about.
That's true. And we're
just because they have a name. Because I hear people hollering, "We need Ben Trump." No, we don't. Ben Crump. No, we don't.
Right.
Because I want them, and there's nothing against him, but show me where he reached a verdict that actually helped the people he was representing, other than get them money.
Wow.
So now, are we going for true justice, or we just want money?
Wow. AJ said this is exactly why the lady that confronted her, she was picked by him to continue to push his agenda. Wow.
And we have to speak out. We have to.
But if the fear of coming together, how do we kill that fear, man?
That's the $6 million question, Apostle. Because we will start the talks, but then because we can't come to an agreement or understand that sometimes we're going to have to agree to disagree, even when we're trying to fight for a greater cause.
That's right.
We'll let one disagreement just dissolve the whole thing.
And Bishop, come up for me. And it's okay to disagree to agree.
It's okay to disagree. We're not going to agree on everything.
Right. Just as me and you don't, but we keep going.
We don't, but we still come together to fight for the greater good.
You better believe it. And that's what matters.
And that's what matters at the end of the day. But, until people become... You can't get involved until you know what you're getting involved in.
I mean, my thing is how do we expect to win, and we keep electing folk that have senile, close to Alzheimer's. Most people that's running this country is 70, 80, 90 years old.
Term limits will put a stop to that.
Right.
There's a minimum age for you to be able to be president, so there should be a maximum age.
You better believe it.
And then term limits, because a lot of times, speaking on that level, a lot of times these people are elected in their 30s, 40s, and then 80 years old, you're still in the same position. And they go, and like I put in my comment, most times they supposedly have good intentions. And then when they get there, see how things work, then they see that I can get my back scratched, my palm greased, then they allow themselves to be compromised.
And the thing is, the very things that people say, well, when I get in office, the things we complain about that we see in office when we're not in office, it's amazing how easily persuaded we are to do the same thing that we were so against.
And we have to be cognizant enough to know that when one person is saying, when I get in office, I'm going to do this, that's not true. Because one person cannot do it by themselves.
You better preach. That's good talk, Reverend. That sounds like a good first Sunday morning service.
And we get so and we go through life. I guess I say with blinders, but you have to know how these things work in order to attack it. And then those that have been there, and we appreciate you fighting, but don't push the fresh voice out.
Don't push the fresh voice out. And then Pastor, too, I do have this question. Those that fight sometime in fighting, and then they jump in and fight, and then when it's almost like growing up. We grew up in the same area. But if one say, hey, we going to get you, we all came. We all came.
That's right.
You didn't show up to fight by yourself.
If one person from Spring Valley had a problem with a person from Cary Strait, all Spring Valley was coming, but on the way, we knew we got there, all of Cary Strait was going to be waiting for us.
But you didn't show up by yourself.
We didn't show up by ourselves, and we have to be more consistent as a people, too.
Right. But and then too, Odoms, when we were growing up, the one that was fighting didn't do a whole lot of talking. It was the ones that was backing us did all the talking.
Yeah, we didn't do a lot of jaw jaking and tongue twisting.
Not at all.
But we have to be more consistent, because it's just say you have a toothache. It hurts today.
And when the
it doesn't hurt for another 3 months. You're not going to do anything to stop the toothache.
Right.
It's only until that tooth starts hurting you every day and makes you uncomfortable.
Right. And then the thing, after Cary Strait done whoop Spring Valley 2 or 3 times like we did.
No.
Praise
no,
God.
no.
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay, yeah. Then what happens is everybody know. Don't fool with Cary Strait.
But there you go. But
don't fool with Cary Strait.
Until we as a people, the biggest thing now, Apostle, why there can't be any unity, we're afraid to lose things.
What do you mean?
We're afraid to lose these material things.
I got you.
We there was no fear when John Lewis and Martin Luther King, Ralph Abernathy, and Hosea Williams, and the list goes on and on.
And you know why? You know why, Rick?
Go ahead.
Because they knew all they was going to eat is potted meat, sardine crackers.
They knew.
That was their meal.
And it was done purposefully. That was done purposefully too. If we give them more, they'll be less apt to make a fuss about the things that we do.
Good morning, Bishop.
Good morning.
Hey, this is a show.
We won't fight for fear of losing what we have, not realizing that if we fight, we could possibly get more. And even with the term thing, I get the fuss about it. You don't want it to be a dictatorship, but if we do our due diligence civically, then it won't ever be a problem. If we hold these elected officials accountable, you fool me for one term, you fool me for another term. There's no way you should be able to fool me for 3 terms.
Yeah, and I agree with you. But the fact is that when you got people that you trust, and they are the snakes that's taking information that we're concerned about back, in a sense of not to help us, but in a sense to harm us. But yeah.
So that says we're trusting the wrong people. I'm not mad at the snake. I'm mad at the person who trusted the snake.
Right. Well, one thing about it, Grandmama said, I don't know why y'all keep moving the spider web. As long as the spider is there, it's going to be a web. As long as the
spider, there's going to be a web.
It's going to be a web. Good
you
morning.
Move it, he'll build it back.
Every time. Bishop, what do you think about this morning?
It's been a very informative morning, but I just pray. Somebody said, Carol Spain made a suggestion that you do town halls and teach the people. It's very necessary, because whereas before the church used to be one of the places that you can learn about things, we try to make sure that separation of church and state is there, because of the 501c3s that everybody has and all of that other stuff. So you don't want to lose that as well. But the truth of the matter is really the church has to be the one to teach so that we can, indeed, get over that hump. And if we do, like Reverend Odom said, if we all band together, we can do more. That's why it's so important that we realize that our local election is where we would make us know that our voice is heard.
That's right.
Because if we affect change locally and we handle things locally, then we'll definitely get out and vote so that it can be a change across the board. But we literally have to get out and do our part.
And I think that when we start taking stuff, Pastor, as you said earlier, we actually take the loose and put it around our own neck. And we do. We literally hang ourselves. And what happens is the one that watched us put the noose around our neck, guess what they do? They cut the rope, but guess what? They never take the noose around our neck.
They don't.
And what they do, they yank on the rope and show us the knives to remind us, I'm the one cut you down. So and you can only go so far.
Right.
Thank you.
Huh?
That's all right.
I can't argue with anything that you're saying. You're exactly right.
I mean, are you okay?
We agree. I'm okay with it. I can't argue with the analogy. You're good with it. People don't fear an uprising from people that are dependent upon them.
True.
Ooh.
That's true.
That's good, Reverend.
They don't fear an uprising from people who are dependent upon them, because all I do is cut off my supply, bring you back into subjection, and we continue to go forward down the road without you saying anything for a long time. You build up the nerve again, and then we cut you off again.
We cut you off again. My God, my God. This is a good day. I think it's a good day for Macon, Georgia. I think it's a good day for WDDO. What do you think, Pastor?
It is, and I appreciate you and Bishop for allowing the station to be a vehicle to get knowledge out, to try to rally the people. Because oftentimes, there isn't a one voice. You hear stuff here, you hear stuff there.
That's right.
And you really don't know what to believe, you don't know what to listen to, but I appreciate you all for trying to put the information in one central location for all of us to be able to access it.
Because we can't keep silence. We just cannot no longer keep silent. And then listen.
Silence is consent.
Right. So true.
Man, you must went to Morehouse too.
No, I didn't go to Morehouse.
Right.
He went to the
Fort
Valley State.
The Fort Valley.
We're going to hold that against him, though, but it's a good school.
Okay. Slinging up in here. But man, we are blessed. I mean, to be able to know where we are, but most of all, Doctor, when you know who you are and whose you are, it makes a whole difference.
That makes a difference. Then there is no fear.
There is no fear. There is no fear, man. Well, man, listen, but that was just kind of to have the president of the NAACP, to have an officer to call because the conversation don't go your way. That is an abuse.
I have a question.
How? Yes.
So what is the code of conduct for a commissioner? Are they capable of doing something like that and not being reprimanded? There should be a code of conduct that they should operate by.
That should be.
And if there isn't one, then that's a problem already.
But power corrupts.
Absolute power.
And absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Well,
absolutely.
It's almost like President Clinton says, "I did not have relations with that woman," but President Clinton, did that woman have relations with you?
That's the question.
Well, no.
That's the question.
Plausible deniability.
Once again, yes, that's good.
This man is talking good this morning. This is spring.
When you go in these meetings, and these elected officials are not used to pushback.
Mm-hmm.
So any form of pushback is deemed that you're being disrespectful, you're out of order, and things of that nature, and so they want you removed.
Right. But you know what? It's almost, I don't know that you remember this. We had one of the longest sheriffs in Twiggs County. What was it, Hendricks?
Earl Hamrick. Earl Hamrick.
But you know why Earl
He was
Hamrick
sheriff
served
for
so
almost
long?
50 years.
50 years. You know why? Do you really know why? Because
I do too.
I did
Tell
your
me.
boy a favor. I got your boy out.
I did. Thank
you a
you.
favor. I got
He kept the vote because he would do little things. Okay, someone may get locked up. I let you out on a property bond, and you don't have any property. And then election time. Remember when I did that for you?
Remember when I did that for you? And then if your boy need to work, I got a farm down here. He can go behind my house.
You know.
And y'all remember, and that's why he stayed in office so long. Because
And we allow people to treat us menially, and we act like it's a reward for doing something good.
Woo. Man, that's good. That's good. And then when you go to taking favors, you may speak up, but guess what?
He can quiet. He can make you be quiet.
He's gonna yank the rope and show the knife. Remember,
Right.
I cut you down. I saved your show. I sent money to this. I get no. We don't want it. We don't want it.
And we have to stop.
Wow. Phyllis Renee Theodore says some of them just can't understand educated, intelligent black people.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
They feel that.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Because
That's a big problem.
for so long, the narrative has been pushed that we are loud, belligerent, barbaric, and then when they see us able to articulate in a civil manner, they're scared.
Yeah.
Right.
And let me tell you, I pastor in a city, not Forsyth, but I pastor in Sandersville also, and I have seen things in court. Now, I had a ticket down there. Judge Scott went down there, but she did some other cases. When they realized that Attorney Scott, Lady Scott, was intelligent, and she not only was
That's a problem.
that was a problem, baby. Not only was it a problem, but the respect. I mean, we walked in the courtroom to handle something, and they was like, "Oh, it's," and then I'm like, "These people don't even talk to the lawyers." They was like, "Oh, hey Judge Scott, oh, you're out. Go ahead." I mean, 2 minutes we were out of there. But when they found out that you are not gonna back down, and listen, when you know what you know, you stick to it. You stick to it. You stand on it.
And for the love of Christ, can we stop? Can we stop lauding people and putting people on pedestals for doing things that they're supposed to do?
There you go.
Exactly.
Bishop, what I say all the time.
All the time.
When I have members come and say, "Pastor, thank you," I said, "Don't thank me for doing what I'm supposed to do."
They did
That's
what
my
they're
job.
supposed to do, but we
Right.
treat them like it's the second coming of Christ just because they did what they were supposed
You gonna
to
leave
do.
Jesus out of this? Okay, yeah, but you're right. You ain't gonna bring up Jesus. Hold on now.
So a
mess.
politician gets elected, he fights for the people. That's what you're supposed to do.
That's what he's supposed to do.
Right.
That's what he's supposed to do.
That's what he's supposed. That's his job. That's his job.
That's why you voted for him. That's what he's supposed to do.
Right. So why are we giving you a
You know,
banquet?
Right.
You know, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to do. That's the voice. That's the voice. Desmond Brown said, "I'm so grateful for this radio station. We must continue to keep the local voters informed of political." Oh, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that, right, Bishop?
That's what we do. That's who we are.
That's who we are.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
But hey, man, I do appreciate you, Apostle. I appreciate you, Bishop, because I don't listen to all the shows all the time, but when I do have free time, I check out Miss Westbrook, Mr. Dumas. I even listen to what's the one? All of a sudden, I listen to that one because they talk about things that people need to know.
That's the truth.
And I try to, and That's the only way, because a lot of times, and I try not to look at the news because the news is so depressing.
Man, I just said that this morning. I promise you. I said, Vertiz, quit watching the news. It's crazy.
The
It's
news
depressing.
is depressing.
It is depressing.
It really is.
So I have to try. I try to listen to the shows on WDDO, because at least when it's presented to me in a form that I can relate to, and a form that I can get with.
You better believe. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. We really do, man. And listen, thank you for being an educated, smart man. I appreciate that.
That does not mind speaking out.
Don't mind speaking out.
That's appreciated.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
My mom always.
You and Bishop need to have y'all show. You and him. Y'all
Well,
don't
we
mind
be
talking.
together on that. My mom always told me, man, you stand for what's right, even if you have to stand by yourself.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes.
Even if you have to stand by yourself. The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Always,
It does.
while the other wheels are carrying the thing. And one thing I know, your mother was silent, but baby, she was the only person I know that she could get anywhere she wanted to get.
Anywhere she wanted to
I
go.
never understood it, man.
Anything she needed done, she was able to get it done.
Her and Big Friend, baby, Big Friend.
Because one thing I learned, Apostle, they didn't waste a lot of words. They talked to the people that they knew could help them.
You better believe
That's
it.
all you got to do. Come on.
You better believe it. I learned
She
that from
talked
my
to the-
grandfather.
She talked to the people that she knew could help them.
That's right.
And one thing we got to realize, too, there's going to be a Gideon effect.
Right.
Gideon started with 30,000, but he only went with 300. Everybody that's on your team is not on your side.
You better believe it.
And everybody that's on your side is not on your
Not
team.
on your team. You better believe it. I guess that's why Jesus, if you ever watch Jesus and really study him, Jesus, he did certain things in groups. There were times it was 12, there was time it was
Sometimes it was
3, and sometimes that was 1. You
One.
better know who to bring to the performance, because
Thank you.
everybody
You can't
ain't
take
gonna push
everybody.
You can't take everybody. That's one
You can't
thing.
take everybody.
When Moses got ready to take, when Abraham got ready to take Isaac up, he told them, "Abide here with the asses. Y'all stay down
Stay
here.
here.
And
We're
we
about
going
to go
up.
work it.
We going up, because y'all ain't going to believe what we're about to do. Somebody going to try to talk me out of it."
Somebody going to try to talk me out of it.
Right, right. This is a good
And
show,
that-
man.
and that's going to happen, man. But we have to stay prayed up, stay mindful, stay learned, because the people perish due to a lack of knowledge, and we are suffering because we don't take the time
This is true.
Right.
to familiarize ourselves with these issues, to be able to form an effective opinion.
But you know what's funny to me, Pastor, is how people that are really for us, people that really, really mean the community good, are the ones that we don't even vote for.
Yeah, because
That's
we
craziness.
buy into the horse and pony show.
What kind of show?
Horse and pony.
Horse and pony show.
Oh, that's almost like having 2 miles. But anyway,
Yep. Just like having 2
it's
miles.
almost like it is. It is. Can't help you miss that, but
But that's what happens.
that's right.
Because we have to get away from this Republican Democrat thing.
Well, we talk about blue gangs and red gangs, but they've been in the White House for years. It ain't the Crippin' blood.
Until everybody realizes left wing, right wing, they're both on the same bird.
Right?
Wow.
They are. Same.
They're both on the same bird.
That's right. That's right. Man, Elder Boone said he really enjoyed this show. It was so informative, although I can't understand some of the words Odom said, but it was awesome.
I would call Odoms the T.I. of the gospel community.
Elder Boone is a straight fool, man.
Expeditiously speaking on everything that he needs to speak on today.
But hey, man, for people, and that comes from having to be a chameleon. I can, when we chewing the fat, then yeah. But if I'm in a meeting, I have to be able, you have to be able to use words to let people know that your level of intellect goes farther than they think.
You better believe it.
Exactly.
You better believe it. You better. And it's almost like in my church, one thing I've learned most of all about being a pastor, that everybody don't learn the same way.
They don't.
There are some people take notes. There are some people that just can hear. There are some people learn by watching. You show them one time,
exactly.
And that's why I told a pastor the other day, I says, you have to know, I do a teaching about sheep. All sheeps are not the same. And if you don't know how to care for the individual or know the type of sheep you got, you're going to wind up treating one sheep the way you treat all the sheep. And that's not.
And then you have a problem. And that's not conducive to a fruitful herd of sheep.
Exactly.
You better believe it. So you better know what kind it is, because that's a sheep that run every now and then. And people think you carrying him. You carry him because you broke his leg and don't want him to go anywhere.
Don't want him to go anywhere.
So thank God for Miss McClellan, Mr. Rozier.
But hey, man, I appreciate you all.
We thank you.
We appreciate you too.
I appreciate you all, man, because the time is now.
Yes.
For us to take what's rightfully ours.
Right. And
to take our rightful place.
And we have a building here to have town hall meetings in. We have our building right here. And I think if just 100 of us show up the first time, the word gonna get out that we're here.
And then more people will come. And then people will start to pay attention. And also, one more thing, and I'm gonna leave.
That's okay. You've been on here 37 minutes already.
Can we build our own table and stop fighting for a seat at theirs?
Come on.
Ooh.
Come on. I think we already started building it, though. Let's go with it.
We got the land.
Come on. Let's go with it.
Let's just build our own table.
Foundation is established. Let's go with it.
Let's get together, call a meeting. My grandfather taught me, and Bishop would tell you, I'm like this. My mom would tell you, my granddaddy didn't believe in talking about the problem. He believed in finding the answers and the solution.
Thank you.
He believed in that.
That's the only way you see progress.
That's the only way. And Bishop would tell you, we're like that. Well, I don't talk about problems much. Next thing you know, I'm moving. My mom would tell you about that. I am not that guy. My brother came up one day, and when he got out of service, and his tires on his car were bare. My grandfather didn't say, look at them bare tires. You know what he said? What us gonna do?
What we gonna do?
What us gonna do? This boy need tires. What us gonna do? And I know that's bad English, but my question is, we know what the problem is. Now the question is, what us gonna do?
What is we gonna do?
What is we gonna do? And we're gonna do something. It started today. Now, I'm ready.
I am too, Apostle.
Man, Pastor, we love you, man.
We love you too, man.
Yeah.
We love you all too, man. You all have a great day.
And you know what? People don't know, but you've been a part of my ministry since day one.
Since day one.
October the 23rd.
We're going to keep fighting this good fight together, man.
Let's fight, man. I love you, man.
I love you too, man. You all have a great day. And make sure you have some car mix for both of your miles.
But guess what? We think that bad breath is not upon you, right?
No, he didn't.
I know my lips are all right.
My lips good.
All right. I checked them.
I don't need no lip gloss in this month. We good.
I put this stuff on at 6 o'clock this morning. I'm like, I know what Pastor gonna do. I know. Just take the mint, Pastor. Just take the mint.
I feel you. And you looking like a Sharpie today, Apostle.
Well, I thought I was looking like a UPS driver.
That's brown. I thought it was black.
It's
you
brown.
Look like a Sharpie.
It's brown. Hallelujah.
You like an eyebrow pencil.
Right. Hey, look like an old ready mushroom.
Oh, Lord.
All right, that's it. We're going to join the NAACP. That's what I'm talking about. Ayon, I love you. God bless you.
Hey, man, you all have a great day. Be blessed. It's Dry Town.
It is happening right here at 980 WDDO.
Bishop, I tell you, voices are being heard this morning. What do you think, man? Let's talk.
It is necessary for voices to be heard. It's necessary for corruption to be called out. It's necessary for the community to actually step up and do what's necessary, because we are actually here and we know what affects us. So if we elect you to a position, then make sure that you're looking out for us and not somebody else's agenda. That's not what we did that for.
What is sad is somebody right now hear the truth.
Mm-hmm.
They're shaking their heads because we're coming together.
Right.
Instead of saying, hey, man, this is great. Let's push this. Let's not tear it down. But Bishop did that.
I did.
But that's the way it is. But we love this community, and we're here to serve, Bishop, and we do it every week.
Yes, we do.
We look for no recognition. Sandra's set up. We look for no recognition. We just shut up, Sandra. We just do what we do because we love you. All right, it's happening right here. 980 WDDO Bishop. We're gonna dismiss. May God be with you. God. Do you remember that song?
I remember.
Place.
All right. We love you, Bishop.
Love you too. It's drive time.
It's drive time. We're out of here. God bless you all. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back in the morning. Throwback Thursday tomorrow.
Written by Jimmy Terrell. Help us as we leave.
This is such an incredible show this morning. One of the best. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Apostle.
Good morning.
We have the best drive time for family and the best drive time leaders that are not dictators, that are helping us along the way, and we thank God for you guys.
Wow, I think this morning just really broke the ice to have the NAAC, president of the NAACP, but thank God for people like Elaine Lucas and those that would speak up. And,
yes, I'm going to miss her, but I thank God that she was in that meeting last night.
Yes. This is
thank God.
This is good. This is an informative station. Thank you so much.
We need to continue.
We do,
continue
and we will.
So we get everybody together.
You better believe it. Thank you, Cynthia.
Have a blessing.
Sean goes out to Sean Quinter. Thank you, Gwen Westbrook, for coming on this morning. We certainly appreciate you hearing and knowing what's going on.
Whatever you're doing.
Don't forget to tune in Monday. Don't forget today. Commissioner Elaine Lucas will be on today. I need the anti-drive time family to join at 3 o'clock today to inform us again of what's going on. All right, we found out what was done. I has to go through a legislator. Phyllis Renee Theodore says, excellent show. Speak up, show up, and share. Love it. This is a great show to share this morning. All right, it's happening right here, 980 WDDO. If you did not hear this show this morning, this is a show you have to hear. Go back and listen to it. Have your friends listen to this show. What happened at the meeting last night, what has happened, what is going on in our city. We cannot by any chance allow ourselves to see dictatorship and accept it. We can't co-sign for what's not to be. All right, we're out of here. God bless you. Thank you.
The Lord is strengthening my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Always. When you're riding to work tomorrow, take his word. My God shall supply your needs. According to his riches and glory, he will lead you. He will guide you. Always. Somebody gonna have some test results. You're going to surgery. Take his word with you. He was wounded for my transgression, bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement my peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. Always. Somebody got to stand before a judge next week, so take his word with you. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises, God said, I'll condemn it. He'll guide you. Always. Somebody don't have money tomorrow, but take his word with you. The cattle on 1,000 hills belong to him, and he'll put money in your bank. He'll keep food on your table. He'll lead you. He'll guide you. Anybody believe that? Shake your neighbor's hand and tell him, take his word with you. Share his word.
as we leave this place. And now may the Lord bless thee and keep thee and be gracious unto thee. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon thee. May the Lord make his face to shine upon thee. And for all of your days, may he give you peace. In Jesus' name. God bless and amen. Have a great week. Have a great week. Have a great week.
That my grandmother